Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I am so excited for today's video because that means it is August. As an ex-teacher, usually I'd be having high bouts of anxiety and stress and all kinds of stuff at this time of year. But now that I'm not teaching, I feel absolutely completely relaxed. Like it's great. It's absolutely great. So my TBR is getting huge. If the spines are turned away from us, that means I have read them. I am filming my monthly wrap up in just a little bit, but I wanted to do the TBR first. But my physical TBR is huge. Like I have books on the floor here. That bookshelf is full. I've got some down here on the cart, some up there. And I have some coming in the mail today, some that'll be in the mail next week. So I have got to stop buying books and read my physical TBR. Like it's getting bad. So I figured for this month, we're going to pick some of the books that have been on my TBR the actual longest, like have been on my shelf for upwards of 2 years. Yeah. First up, the oldest book on my TBR. It is the first book I bought when I discovered Book Talk. Is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This is supposed to be, I guess, like Romeo and Juliet, but it's set in Shanghai. Yes, it is a reimagining of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. So I was right. It is a Romeo and Juliet reimagining. It is now, I saw when I was at Barnes & Noble last week, it has a nice little paperback version that's out. I wish I had the paperback version, but I've had this one for over 2 years and it needs to get read. So we will be reading this, These Violent Delights. I don't think there's a sequel. I think this is just like, I don't think it's like a duology or anything, so that's nice. Something else is last year, December Book of the Month pick. It's a thriller. It's All of These Dangerous Things, or All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. My aunt read this and she said it was very, very good. So I'm actually excited to read this. So hopefully I will get to that. To add some romance into my TBR for the month, I'm putting Heartless. This is the second book in Elsie Silver's Chestnut Spring series. I read Powerless in July and devoured it, and I've heard people say that the second one's even better than the first one, so I'm so excited to read this. So this one we are following Cade Eaton, which is Rhett's older brother, and who else? His nanny, I think. Right up my alley. And then something that's been on my TBR for at least a year. It's from Luke Off with Love. I was gonna save this for the winter time, but I figured I would just go ahead and read it now. I don't know why. I've started it before. Like you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but I have a tab there or 2 tabs where I started it and then just stopped. I think I read the first chapter and then sat it down. I love Mariana Zapata books, so I don't know why I didn't finish it, but that's that. We have some new books on my TBR this month, and that is simply because in my brain, August is the last month of summer, and when it turns September 1st, it is fall. Like it is getting to be spooky season. It is all the fall things. So we have Cruel Summer by Morgan Elizabeth. This is part of her Season of Revenge series. I read the first book in December. It was 'Tis the Season for Revenge. And it was so good. It was based on it was inspired by, I guess you would say, Legally Blonde. And this one is inspired by Mean Girls. So that makes me so excited. And then there's even a warning on the back. It says, warning, Cammy may inspire you to find a daddy of your own. Like, I'm excited to read this. So excited. The next thing, Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. Is this set in summer? I don't know. The cover looks like it is, so we're gonna read it next month because, I mean, why not? I don't really know what this is about. I know it's like good girl, bad boy type of vibes. I heard that, well, I haven't heard. I saw one TikTok that said this is basically After rewritten, and After's toxic. Was it great writing? No, but I devoured it and I loved it, so that's why I bought it. Just because one TikTok said, oh, this is just, After reimagined. And then the other summer book is The Summer of Broken Rules. I went to Walmart today And they had What Happens After Midnight, which is the second book. I don't know if this is like a series, a duology or what, but like the covers give off the same vibe. But I almost bought it. It was like $8 and I almost grabbed it, but I didn't. I was like, no, we got to read that first. All right. And then something that I need to finish like really bad. I'm halfway through. This is probably going to be on my TBR forever. Like, I have the third book right there. I think it's just because, I don't know, I watched the season 2 of Outlander, and then I picked this up and I was like, I'm going to read it. But they did such a good job of doing the TV adaptation of the book that it's so much alike that I was like, I just read this. I don't know. That's just how my brain works. So I'm going to have this on my TBR. I may pick it up and put it down 5 times, but my goal is to finish it in August. Will we? Probably not, but that's where we are. All right, so we have 8 books so far. The next one is one that I'm really, really excited about, and it's a new one. It's by Riley Sager, the only one left. I've read the first few pages, and I was hooked. So I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So basically, this woman, when she was 17, she was the only one left after her family was like murdered. And she's still living in the house they were murdered in, but now she has like a live-in nurse or a nurse that comes in like during the day to help her. And the police tried to pin the murders on her, but they didn't have any evidence. And now she is 70 years old, and she tells this nurse, I want to tell you everything. And so does that just not sound spooky and just fun? So I'm excited for that one. And then another book that has been on my TBR forever. Since I finished The Throne of Glass, I figured I would do Six of Crows. So I've heard really great things about this. I've heard mixed reviews on like, you should read Shadow and Bone first. You don't have to read Shadow and Bone first. I'm not reading Shadow and Bone first. My sister read it and she said it was boring. And so I'm just going to jump into this because I've heard that you don't have to read that to be able to read this, that it like barely, like there are mentions of the things that happens in Shadow and Bone, but it's not to the point of where you're confused. So I will be skipping Shadow and Bone and going straight into Six of Crows. And then, if you watched my 24-hour readathon, you saw that I watched the movie and read the book of My Fault. And I devoured it. I ate it up. And I have been looking for books. Like, I went on TikTok and said, books like My Fault. And so I saw a bunch of people posting about this. And so I was like, okay, I'll get it. And that is Bully by Penelope Douglas. And they also Rival in this Fall Away Boy series was also mentioned that was like that book. So I bought both of them. Rival is on my bookshelf right there. So we're going to read this one in August. And we're just going to see how it is. So basically, I think they were like childhood best friends. And now they're in high school and he bullies her. So I don't know. Everybody is like they read it in one sitting. I don't know. I'm hoping I can because I hope it's that good that I can just fly through it in one sitting, but I'm excited about this. I've only read one other bully romance before. Well, 2 others. It was a long time ago. They're hit and miss for me. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, cool, great. Sometimes I'm like, So hopefully this is one that's like, yeah, cool, great for me. And then I think this might be the last book on my TBR because, as you know, I'm a mood reader. And so I like to leave it open for me to choose other things. So the last book is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. So, Bachman. Basically, I think that there's like a holdup. Okay, so basically this is like a bank robber holds up a bank and all of these different captives have like something going on in their life. So like a wealthy banker who's been too busy making money to care about anybody else. An 80-year-old woman who's lived long enough not to be afraid of someone waving a gun in her face. So I don't know. It sounds like it's just going to be like a mix of people. And I'm an anxious person. So honestly, the title Anxious People is what drew me to it just because I suffer with anxiety. So I figured it'd be cool to kind of read I don't know. It probably has nothing to do with anxiety and I just read into that. But anyway, so let's go over all of our books. We have 12 books on our August TBR. Will more get added? Probably, because I'm very much a mood reader. Will all of these get read? Like Dragonfly and Amber? Probably not. But we have, like I said, Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. Bully by Penelope Douglas. Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Dragonfly and Amber by Diana Gabaldon. I don't know if that one's gonna get read, y'all. I could just put that, I mean, I don't know. Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. The Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. Cruel Summer by Morgan Elizabeth. And we have some chunkers in this, so I don't know. Maybe this will be all I read. I don't know. We'll see. From Luke Off with Love by Mariana Zapata. Heartless by Elsie Silver. All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. And These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. So this is all of, well, I'm not going to say it's going to be all the books that I read because like I said, I'm very chatty today. Anyway, this is my August TBR. We will see at the end of the month if I've read them, if I haven't, what books got added because of my mood readingness. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this chaotic video. If you have not already, subscribed, like this video. It would make my day so much brighter. And I will see you in my next one.